Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a Neuvillette listener by me. So let's get into it. Neuvillette was not someone who would actually be very loud about having a nest. It was something he was more self-conscious about, even though amongst dragons it would be normal. But he certainly did not know how you would think of it, and so he had never shown you his nest. But it only came for him to realize that he needs you so badly to be there. When you went away on a work trip, you had to go and he couldn't stop you, nor would he even if he could. Because that is your own will to do that, and he will never stand against your career or anything that will make you happier. Did that mean that he was suffering the consequences of not being with you right now? Yes, but it was rather difficult for him to admit, and also a little bit embarrassing as well. He had no idea what to say about this. It was mostly due to you that he was trying to be a little bit more welcoming to his dragon side. But a lot of his things that he usually did would not be understandable to humans. It did not help that he had a human form. So he felt weird whenever he was doing something that those creatures would not participate in. So, when he had actually partaken in creating a nest, he didn't think that he would come to want to be with you in it. But then, with your absence, that want increased. At first when you were around, sometimes he would steal your clothes and put it there. Sometimes a shirt, pants, whatever he could get his hands on, he would put in the nest and cuddle with it. The two of you have not moved in together yet, so it was the best that you could do. You were living in the palais. He had made it so that you have an apartment of your own there, just so you could be close to him. And it was as close as you could get to the two of you living in the same place. At the moment, the two of you were not ready to move in, within the same apartment yet, so it felt like an easy compromise. So both of you can get the best of both worlds. But right now, as he stared in front of him at the clothes that he got from your own apartment that he had stolen, oh, how far he's come, stealing as the Euryx. Regardless, they were not enough. He needed you. He needed to hold you, to smell your scent, to feel your presence. It was getting difficult for him to be able to tolerate this, but he was trying his best, even though his best was not really that much, now that you actually look at it. Regardless, when you're actually home, you're welcomed and greeted by Melusine, who seems to be extremely concerned as she tells you, "Please, look out for Monsieur Neuvillette. He doesn't seem to be doing so well. We don't know what's wrong with him, and he won't tell anyone." He won't tell anyone? Just what is wrong with him? Is he sick? No, but he seems to be acting strangely lately, ever since you left. Please, get him to take care of himself at least. And that's what makes you a little bit anxious as you open the door to his room, and there you see him, curled up in his nest, and purring as he's holding your clothes, and you are trying your best to be silent as you watch the scene unfold. Neuvillette? Just what is going on here? He looks up, and in but a mere moment, he's by your side, wrapping his arms around you tightly, and burying his face into the crook of your neck. Neuvillette, are you okay? Please, you really are acting weirdly. The Melusines were not lying. It doesn't matter what they're saying. I'm just glad that you're back to me. Back to you? I know you missed me, but it's not like I was anywhere that far. I was just on a work trip. But I guess I really am back to you now. How are you doing? You don't seem to be doing so well. And wait, why is my shirt here? And my jacket? And my hoodie? Neuvillette, just what is this? It's my nest. Your nest? Well, I suppose that dragons must have a nest. To be honest, I didn't think much about it myself, but I suppose it makes sense. I really am sorry I neglected you like that. I didn't mean to leave you alone for so long. It's alright. You did not neglect me. I'm not a child who needs constant care. You're right, but you know what I mean. Come on, do you want to cuddle in your nest? His eyes seemed to light up at that, and he smiled, nodding. Please, he said. And then, before he knew it, he was wrapping his arms around you, carrying you in his arms, and sitting you down amidst the nest, wrapping his arms around you tightly, purring louder than ever. The way he purrs is so much better than anything you ever heard. A lot stronger than a cat, or even an engine, and you could just stay there forever, closing your eyes, as his warmth and smell surrounded you, the sound of his purrs, making your heart rest and relax. They were 2 tiring weeks after all, and you just wanted to rest, and what better way to start this than by being with Neuvillette, staying in his arms, and finally taking a break from the world, just as you needed. And Neuvillette, on the other hand, he was beyond overjoyed, just happy to have you in his company, kissing your cheek and burying his face in your hair, being able to smell you again, to feel you against him, the warmth of your chest, the feeling of your heartbeat. It was the best thing in the world. And finally, the dragon was able to have his treasure, and this time it was better than ever, as you were actually cuddling in his nest. It was the best thing that he could ever wished for. And finally, he was at peace.